All right, let's get reading number 2 done. AV41. And that's First Chronicles 23 to 29. And then Second Chronicles 1 and 2. Let's get right into it. And I'm listening to the Mass Effect Andromeda galaxy map theme. I think I said 23? No. Yeah. Yep. 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay. First Chronicles 23. When David had grown old and was near the end of his life, he made his son Solomon king over Israel. He then gathered all the princes of Israel, the priests, and the Levites. The Levites, who were 30 years old and were numbered, their head count man by man was 38,000. Of these, 24,000 served as supervisors over the work of Jehovah's house, and there were 6,000 officers and judges, and there were 4,000 gatekeepers, and 4,000 gave praise to Jehovah on the instruments about which David said, I made them for giving praise. Then David organized them into divisions, according to the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. Of the Gershonites were Ladan and Shimei. The sons of Ladan were Jehiel, the headman, Zatham, and Joel, 3. The sons of Shimei were Shelomoth, Haziel, and Haran, 3. These were the heads of the paternal houses for Ladan. And the sons of Shimei were Jahath, Zena, Jeush, and Beriah. These 4 were the sons of Shimei. Jahath was the head of Ziza, the second. But since Jeush and Beriah did not have many sons, they were counted as one of paternal house, with one area of responsibility. The sons of Kohath were Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uziel, 4. The sons of Amram were Aaron and Moses. But Aaron was permanently set apart to sanctify the most holy, he and his sons to offer sacrifices before Jehovah, to minister to him, and to pronounce blessings in his name always. As for Moses, the man of the true God, his sons were named among the tribe of the Levites. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eliezer. One sec. Okay. Of the sons of Gershom, Shebuel was the head. Of the descendants of Eliezer, Rehabiah was the head. Eliezer did not have any other sons. But the sons of Rehabiah were very many. Of the sons of Izhar, Shelomith was the headman. The sons of Hebron were Jeriah the head, Amariah the second, Jahaziel the third, and Jechamiam the fourth. The sons of Uziel were Micah the head, and Ishiah the second. The sons of Merari were Mali and Mushi. The sons of Mali were Eleazar and Kish. Eleazar died, but he had no sons, only daughters. So the sons of Kish, their relatives, took them as wives. The sons of Mushi were Mali, Eder, and Jeremoth, 3. These are the houses, or the son. Oh, hold on one second. I need to get my glasses on. I'm going to get headaches. Uh-oh. Where did it go? Uh-oh. My glasses are missing. Over here. No. Sorry, I need to find these because I got those anti-blues that are super helpful. Try to remember where I would have put it. Oh, there they are. All right, I found them. All right. Okay. These are the sons of Levi according to their paternal houses, the heads of the paternal houses by those registered, who were counted and listed by their names, and who carried out the work for the service of the house of Jehovah, from 20 years old and up. For David had said, Jehovah the God of Israel has given the rest to his people, and he will reside in Jerusalem forever. Also the Levites will not have to carry the tabernacle or any of its equipment for its service. For according to the last instructions of David, the Levites from 20 years old and up were numbered. Their function was to assist the sons of Aaron for the service of the house of Jehovah, to be in charge of the courtyards, the dining rooms, the purification of every holy thing, and any work needed for the services of the house of the true God. They assisted with the layer bread, the fine flour for the grain offering, the wafers of unleavened bread, the griddle cakes, the mixed dough, and all measures of quantity and size. They were to stand morning by morning to thank and praise Jehovah, and likewise in the evening. They assisted whenever the burnt sacrifices were offered to Jehovah on the Sabbaths, the new moons, during the festival seasons, according to the number required by the rules concerning them, doing so regularly before Jehovah. They also took care of their responsibilities toward the tent of meeting, toward the holy place, and toward their brothers and the sons of Aaron for the service of the house of Jehovah. Okay. 1 Chronicles 24. Now the divisions of the descendants of Aaron were these. The sons of Aaron were Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. However, Nadab and Abihu died before their father, and they did not have any sons. But Eleazar and Ithamar continued to serve as priests. David, along with Zadok, from the sons of Eleazar, and Ahimelech, from the sons of Ithamar, made divisions of them for the office of their service. Since the sons of Eleazar had more headmen than the sons of Ithamar had, they divided them accordingly. The sons of Eleazar had 16 heads of their paternal houses, and the sons of Ithamar had 8 as heads of their paternal houses. Further, they divided them by lots, the one group along with the other, for there were chiefs of the holy place and chiefs of the true God, from both the sons of Eleazar and the sons of Ithamar. Then Shemaiah, the son of Nethanel, took secretary of the Levites according to their recorded their names before the king. The princes Zadok, the priest Ahimelech, the son Abiathar, and the heads of the paternal houses of the priests and the Levites, one paternal house being selected for Eleazar, and one being selected for Ithamar. The first lot came out to Jehoiarib, the second of Jediah, the third to Harim, the fourth to Searim, the fifth to Malchijah, the sixth to Mijamin, the seventh to Hakaz, the eighth to Abijah, the ninth to Jeshua, the 10th to Shechaniah, the 11th to Eliashib, the 12th to Joachim, the 13th to Huppah, the 14th to Jeshebeab, the 15th to Bilgah, the 16th to Immer, the 17th to Hezir, the 18th to Hepzez, the 19th to Pethahiah, the 20th to Jehezkel, the 21st to Joachim, the 22nd to Gamul, the 23rd to Deliah, the 24th to Mezaziah. These were their offices for their service when they would come into the house of Jehovah according to the procedure set by their father Aaron, just as Jehovah the God of Israel had commanded him. And the rest of the Levites of the sons of Amram, there was Shubael. Of the sons of Shubael, Jehediah. Of Rehabiah, of the sons of Rehabiah, Ishiah, the head. Of the Izharites, Shelomoth. Of the sons of Shelomoth, Jahath. And of the sons of Hebron, Jeriah, the head. Amariah, the second. Jahaziel, the third. Jekameam, the fourth. Of the sons of Uzziel, Micah. Of the sons of Micah, Shemir. The brother of Micah was Ishiah. Of the sons of Ishiah, Zechariah. The sons of Merari were Mali and Mushi. Of the sons of Jaaziah, Beno, The sons of Merari were Jaaziah, Beno, Shoham, Zakur, and Ibri. Of Mali, Eleazar, who did not have any sons. Of Kish, the sons of Kish, Jaramil. And the sons of Mushi were Mali, Eder, and Jeremoth. These were the sons of Levi by their paternal houses, and they also cast lots, just as their brothers, the sons of Aaron, did in the presence of King David. Zadok, Ahimelech, and the heads of the paternal houses of the priests and of the Levites. Regarding the paternal houses, the head one was just as his younger brother. 1 Chronicles 25. Further, David and the chiefs of the groups for the service separated some of the sons of Asaph, Heman, and Jeduthun, to serve by prophesying with the harps, the stringed instruments, and the cymbals. The list of the official men for this service was, of the sons of Asaph, Zachar, Joseph, Nethaniah, and Asherellah. The sons of Asaph, under the direction of Asaph, who prophesied under the direction of the king. Of Jeduthun, the sons of Jeduthun, Gedaliah, Zeri, Jeshiah, Shimei, Hashabiah, and Mattathiah. 6, under the direction of their father Jeduthun, who prophesied with the harp, thanking and praising Jehovah. Of Heman, the sons of Heman, Bukiah, Mattaniah, Uziel, Shebuel, Jeremoth, Hanani, Eliathah, Gedalti, Romamtiezer, Joshbekasha, Malathi, Hothir, and Mahaziath. All of these were sons of Heman, a visionary of the king in matters pertaining to the true God, to his glory. Thus the true God gave Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters. All of these were under the direction of their father for singing at the house of Jehovah, with cymbals, stringed instruments, and harps, for the service of the house of the true God. Under the king's direction were Asaph, Jeduthun, and Heman. The number of them and their brothers who were trained in song to Jehovah, all experts, was 288. So they cast lots for their duties, the small and the great alike, the expert along with the learner. The first lot to come out belonged to Asaph for Joseph. The second for Gedaliah, he and his brothers and his sons were 12. The third for Zachar, his sons and his brothers 12. The fourth for Isri, his sons and his brothers 12. The fifth for Nethaniah, his sons and his brothers 12. The sixth for Bukiah, his sons and his brothers 12. The seventh for Jesharellah, his sons and his brothers 12. The eighth for Jeshiah, his sons and his brothers 12. The ninth for Mattaniah, his sons and his brothers 12. The 10th for Shimei, his sons and his brothers 12. The 11th for Azarel, his sons and his brothers 12. The 12th for Hashabiah, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 13th, Shubael, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 14th, Mattathiah, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 15th, Jeremoth, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 16th, for Hananiah, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 17th, for Joshbekasha, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 18th, for Hanani, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 19th, Malothi, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 20th, for Eliathah, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 21st, for Hothir, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 22nd, for Gedalti, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 23rd, Mahaziath, his sons and his brothers 12. For the 24th, for Romamtiezer, his sons and his brothers 12. 1 Chronicles 26. The divisions of gatekeepers were as follows. Of the Kohathites, Meshelemiah, the son of Korah, of the sons of Asaph, and Meshelemiah had sons, Zechariah the firstborn, Jediel the second, Zebediah the third, Jethaniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Jehohanan the sixth, Eliahoenai the seventh, and Obed-Edom had sons, Shemaiah the firstborn, Jehozabad the second, Joah the third, Sechar the fourth, Nethanel the fifth, Emil the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Peulatai the eighth, for God had blessed them. And to his son Shemaiah there were sons born who were rulers of their paternal house, for they were mighty, capable men. The sons of Shemaiah, Ophni, Raphael, Obed, and Elzabad. and his brothers Elihu and Semachiah were also capable men. All of these were the sons of Obed-Edom. They and their sons and their brothers were capable men and qualified for the service, 62 belonging to Obed-Edom. Meshelemiah had sons and brothers, 18 capable men. And Hosea of the sons of Merari had sons. Shimri was the head, for although he was not the firstborn, his father appointed him as head. Hilkiah the second, Tebaliah the third, Zechariah the fourth. All the sons of and brothers of Hosea were 13. Of these divisions of the gatekeepers, the head man had duties just as their brothers did, to administer at the house of Jehovah. So they cast lots, the small and the great alike, by their paternal houses for the different gates. Then the lot to the east fell to Shelemiah. For Zechariah his son, a discreet advisor, they cast the lots, and his lot came out to the north. Obed-Edom had his to the south, and his sons were assigned to the storehouses. Shupim and Hosea had theirs to the west, near Sheleketh gate, by the highway that goes up, guard group corresponding to guard group. There were 6 Levites to the east, to the north, 4 each day, and to the south, 4 each day. And for the storehouses, 2 by 2. For the portico to the west, there were 4 at the highway and 2 at the portico. These were the divisions of the gatekeepers from the sons of the Korahites, and of the Merarites. As regards the Levites, Ahijah was in charge of the treasuries of the house of the true God, and the treasuries of the things made holy. The sons of Ladan, the sons of the Gershonites, belonging to Ladan, the heads of the paternal houses belonging to Ladan the Gershonite, Jahili, and the sons of Jahili, Zetham and his brother Joel. They were in charge of the treasuries in the house of Jehovah. From the Amramites, the Izharites, the Hebronites, and the Uzzielites, Shebuel, son of Gershom, son of Moses, was a leader in charge of the storehouses. As regards his brothers, of Eliezer, there was Rehabiah, his son, Jeshaiah, his son, Joram, his son, Zikri, his son, and Shelomoth, his son. This Shelomoth and his brothers were in charge of all the treasuries of the things made holy, which King David, the heads of the paternal houses, the chiefs of the thousands and of the hundreds, and the chiefs of the army had made holy. From the wars and from the spoil, they had made things holy to maintain the house of Jehovah. Also, all that Samuel the seer, Saul, the son of Kish, Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Zeruiah had made holy, whatever anyone made holy was put in the care of Shelomith and his brothers. Of the Izharites, Chenaniah and his sons were assigned outside administrative duties as officers and as judges over Israel. Of the Hebronites, Hashabiah and his brothers, 1,700 capable men, were over the administration of Israel in the region west of the Jordan for all the work of Jehovah and for the king's service. Of the Hebronites, Jerijah was the head of the Hebronites by the line of descent of their paternal house in the 20th year of David's kingship, and they were sought out, and mighty, capable men were found among them in Jazer and Gilead. And his brothers numbered 2,700 capable men, heads of the paternal houses. So King David assigned them over the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of the Manassites, for every matter of the true God and matter of the king. 1 Chronicles 27. This is the number of the Israelites, the heads of the paternal houses, the chiefs of the thousands and of the hundreds, and their officers who ministered to the king, and every matter of the divisions that would come in and go out month by month. During all the months of the first year, there were 24,000 in each division. Over the first division of the first month was Jashobeam, the son of Zabdiel, and 24,000 were in his division. Of the sons of Perez, he was the head of all the chiefs of the groups assigned to serve during the first month. Over the division of the second month was Dodai, the Ahohite, with his division, and Mikloth was the leader, and 24,000 were in his division. The chief of the third group assigned to serve during the third month was Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the chief priest, and 24,000 were in his division. This Benaiah was a mighty warrior of the 30, and in charge of the 30, and over his divisions was his son Amizabad. The fourth for the fourth month was Asahel, Joab's brother, and his son Zebediah after him, and 24,000 were in his division. The fifth chief for the 5th month was Shamhuth, the Izrahite, and 24,000 were in his division. The 6th for the 6th month was Ira, the son of Ikesh, the Tekoites, and 24,000 were in his division. The 7th for the 7th month was Helez, the Pelonites of the Ephraimites, and 24,000 were in his division. The 8th for the 8th month was Sibbecai, the Hushathites of the Zerahites, and 24,000 were in his division. The 9th for the 9th month was Abiezer, the Anathothite of the Benjaminites, and 24,000 were in his division. The 10th for the 10th month was Maharai, the Netophathite of the Zerahites, and 24,000 were in his division. The 11th for the 11th month was Benaiah, the Parathonite of the sons of Ephraim, and 24,000 were in his division. The 12th for the 12th month was Heldai, the Netophathite of Othniel, and 24,000 were in his division. These were the leaders of the tribes of Israel. Of the Reubenites, Eliezer, the son of Zikri, was leader. Of the Simeonites, Zephatiah, the son of Maacah. Of Levi, Hashabiah, the son of Kemuel. Of Aaron, Zadok. Of Judah, Elihu, one of David's brothers. Of Issachar, Omri, the son of Michael. Of Zebulun, Ishmael, the son of Obadiah. Of Naphtali, Jeremoth, the son of Azriel. Of the Ephraimites, Hosea, the son of Azaziah. Of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joel, the son of Pedadiah. Of the half-tribe of Manasseh and Gilead, Iddo, the son of Zechariah. Of Benjamin, Jasiel, the son of Abner. Of Dan, Azarel, the son of Jeroham. These are the princes of the tribes of Israel. David did not count those 20 years of age and under, because Jehovah had promised to make Israel as many stars as of the heavens. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, had started to take the count, but he did not finish. And God's anger came against Israel because of this, and the number was not entered into the account of the history of the times of King David. Over the treasuries of the king was Asmaveth, the son of Adil. Jonathan, the son of Uzziah, was over the storehouses in the fields, in the cities, in the villages, and in the towers. Over the field workers who cultivated the soil was Ezri, the son of Chelub. Shimei, the Ramathite, was over the vineyards. Over the produce of the vineyards for the wine supplies was Zabdi the Shiphmite. Over the olive groves and the sycamore trees in the Shephelah was Baal Hanan the Gederite. Over the oil supplies was Joash. Over the herds that grazed in Sharon was Shitrai the Sharonite. And Shaphat, the son of Adlai, was over the herds in the valley plains. Over the camels was Obil, the Ishmaelite. Over the donkeys was Jediah, the Maranathite. Over the flocks was Jaziz, the Hagrite. All of these were the chiefs of King David's property. Jonathan, David's nephew, was an advisor, a man of understanding, and a secretary. And Jahil, the son of Hakmoni, looked after the king's sons. Ahithophel was an advisor to the king, and Hushai, the Archite, was the king's friend. After Ahithophel, there were Jehoiada, the son of Benaiah, and Abiathar, and Joab was chief of the king's army. 1 Chronicles 28. David then congregated all the princes of Israel to Jerusalem, the princes of the tribes, the chiefs of the divisions, ministering to the king, the chiefs of thousands and the chiefs of hundreds, the chiefs of all the property and livestock of the king and of his sons, together with the court officials and every mighty and capable man. Then King David rose to his feet and said, "Hear me, my brothers, and my people. It was my heart's desire to build a house as the resting place for the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, and as the footstool of our God. And I made preparations to build. But the true God told me, 'You will not build a house for my name, for you are a man of wars, and you have shed blood.' However, Jehovah the God of Israel chose me out of all the house of my father to become king over Israel forever, for he chose Judah as leader. And of the house of Judah, my father's house, and of my father's sons, I was the one whom he approved to make me king over all Israel. And of all my sons, for Jehovah has given me many sons, he chose my son Solomon to sit on the throne of the kingship of Jehovah over Israel. He said to me, 'Your son Solomon is the one who will build my house and my courtyards, for I have chosen him and my son, and I have become his father. I will firmly establish his kingship forever if he resolutely observes my commandments and my judicial decisions as he is now doing. So I say before the eyes of all Israel, Jehovah's congregation, and in the ears of our God, carefully observe and search for all the commandments of Jehovah your God, so that you may possess the good land and pass it on as a permanent inheritance to your sons after you. And you, Solomon, my son, know the God of your father and serve him with a complete heart and with a delightful soul. For Jehovah searches through all hearts, and he discerns every inclination of the thoughts. If you search for him, he will let himself be found by you. But if you leave him, he will reject you forever. See now, for Jehovah has chosen you to build a house as a sanctuary. Be courageous and go to work. David then gave to his son Solomon the architectural plan of the porch and of its houses, its storerooms, its roof chambers, its inner rooms, and the house of the proprietary cover. He gave him the architectural plan of everything that had been conveyed to him through inspiration for the courtyards of Jehovah's house, for all the dining rooms around it, for the treasuries of the house of the true God, and for the treasuries of the things made holy. Also for the divisions of the priests and of the Levites, for all the duties of the service of Jehovah's house, and for all the utensil of the service of Jehovah's house. Also for the weight of the gold for the all the utensils for the different services, the weight of all the utensils of silver, and for all the utensils of the different services. Also the weight of the gold lampstands and their gold lamps, the weight of the different lampstands and their lamps, and the weight of their silver lampstands, for each lampstand and its lamps according to its use. Also the weight of the gold for the tables of the layer bread, for each table, as well as the silver for the tables of silver, for the forks, the bowls, the pitchers of pure gold, and the weight of the small gold bowls, for each small bowl, and the weight of the small silver bowls, for each small bowl. He also gave the weight for the refined gold for the incense altar, and for the representation of the chariot, namely the cherubs of gold that spread their wings out and overshadow the ark of the covenant of Jehovah. David said, "The hand of Jehovah was upon me, and he gave me insight to put all the details of the architectural plan in writing." Then David said to his son Solomon, "Be courageous and strong and go to work. Do not be afraid or be terrified, for Jehovah God, my God, is with you. He will not desert you or abandon you, and he will be with you until all the work for the service of Jehovah's house is finished. And here are the divisions of the priests and of the Levites for all the service of the house of the true God. You have willing, skilled workers to perform every kind of service, as well as the princes and all the people who will carry out all your instructions." All right, 1 Chronicles 29. King David now said to all the congregation, "My son Solomon, the one whom God has chosen, is young and inexperienced, and the work is great, for it is not a temple for man, but for Jehovah God. And I have spared no effort to prepare the house of my God, providing the gold for the gold work, the silver for the silver work, the copper for the copper work, the iron for the iron work, the timbers for the timber work, onyx stones, and stones to be set with mortar, mosaic pebbles of every kind of stone, precious stone, and alabaster stones in great quantity. Moreover, because of my delight in the house of my God, there is also my private treasure of gold and silver that I am giving to the house of my God, in addition to all that I have prepared for the holy house, including 3,000 talents of gold from Ophir, and 7,000 talents of refined silver for coating the walls of the houses, the gold for the gold work, and the silver for the silver work, and for all the work to be done by the craftsmen, now who volunteers to come forward today with a gift in hand for Jehovah." So the princes of the paternal houses, the princes of the tribes of Israel, the chiefs of thousands and of hundreds, and the chiefs of the business of the king came forward voluntarily. And they gave to the service of the house of the true God 5,000 talents of gold, 10,000 derricks, 10,000 talents of silver, 10,000 talents of copper, and 100,000 talents of iron. Whoever had precious stones gave them to the treasury of the house of Jehovah under the care of Jehiel the Gershonite. The people rejoiced over making these voluntary offerings, for they made the voluntary offerings to Jehovah with a complete heart. And David, the king, also rejoiced greatly. Then David praised Jehovah before the eyes of all the congregation. David said, "May you be praised, O Jehovah, the God of Israel, our Father, throughout all eternity. Yours, O Jehovah, are the greatness and the mightiness and the beauty and the splendor and the majesty, for everything in the heavens and on the earth is yours. Yours is the kingdom, O Jehovah. You are the one exalting yourself as head over all. The riches and the glory are from you, and you rule over everything. And in your hands there are power and mightiness, and your hand is able to make great and to give strength to all. And now, O our God, we thank you and praise your beautiful name. And yet, who am I and who are my people that we should be in a position to make voluntary offerings like this? For everything is from you, and we have given to you what comes from your own hand. For we are foreign residents in your presence and settlers, just like all our forefathers. For our days on the earth are like a shadow without hope. O Jehovah our God, all this wealth that we have prepared to build for you a house for your holy name is now your own hand, and it all belongs to you. I well know, O my God, that you examine the heart and that you take pleasure in integrity. In the uprightness of my heart, I have voluntarily offered all of these things, and I am overjoyed to see your people who are present here make voluntary offerings to you. O Jehovah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, our forefathers, keep these inclinations and thoughts in the hearts of your people forever, and direct their hearts to you. And give a complete heart to my son Solomon, so that he may observe your commandments, your reminders, and your regulations, and do all these things, and build the temple for which I have made preparation." David then said to all the congregation, "Now praise Jehovah your God." And all the congregation praised Jehovah, the God of their forefathers, and bowed low and prostrated themselves to Jehovah and to the king. And they continued to offer sacrifices to Jehovah, and to offer up burnt offering to Jehovah on the following day, 1,000 young bulls, 1,000 rams, 1,000 male lambs, and their drink offerings. They offered sacrifices in great number for all Israel. They continued eating and drinking before Jehovah on that day with great rejoicing, and for a second time they made Solomon, the son of King David, and anointed him before Jehovah as leader, and also Zadok the priest. And Solomon sat on Jehovah's throne as king in place of David his father. And he was successful, and all the Israelites were obedient to him. All the princes, the mighty warriors, and also the sons of King David submitted themselves to Solomon the king. And Jehovah made Solomon exceedingly great before the eyes of all Israel, and bestowed on him royal majesty, such as no king over Israel had ever before. Thus David, the son of Jesse, reigned over all Israel, and the length of his reign over Israel was 40 years. In Hebron he reigned for 7 years, and in Jerusalem he reigned for 33 years. And he died at a good old age, satisfied with long life, wealth, and glory. And his son Solomon became king in his place. As for the history of King David, from beginning to end, it is written among the words of Samuel the seer, Nathan the prophet, and Gad the visionary, together with all his kinship, his mightiness, and the events of the times involving him and Israel and all the surrounding kingdoms. All right. End of First Chronicles. Second Chronicles 1. Solomon, the son of David, grew ever stronger in his kingship, and Jehovah his God was with him and made him exceedingly great. Solomon sent for all Israel, the chiefs of the thousands and of the hundreds, the judges, and all the chieftains of all Israel, the heads of the paternal houses. Then Solomon and all the congregation went to the high place at Gibeon, for that was where the tent of meeting of the true God was, which tent Moses, the servant of Jehovah, had made in the wilderness. However, David had brought the ark of the true God up from Kiriath Jearim to the place that David had prepared for it. He had pitched a tent for it in Jerusalem, and the copper altar that Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, had made, had been put before the tabernacle of Jehovah, and Solomon and the congregation would pray before it. Solomon now made offerings there before Jehovah, and he offered up 1,000 burnt offerings on the copper altar of the tent of meeting. That night, God appeared to Solomon and said to him, "Ask what you would like me to give you." At this Solomon said, "You have shown great loyal love toward my father David, and you have made me king in this place. Now, O Jehovah God, Let your promise to David my father prove fruitful, faithful, for you have made me king over a people as numerous as the dust particles of the earth. Give me now wisdom and knowledge to lead this people, for who can possibly judge this great people of yours?" Then God said to Solomon, "Because this is your heart's desire, and you have not asked for wealth, riches, and honor, or for the death of those hating you, nor have you asked for a long life, but you have asked for wisdom and knowledge to judge my people over whom I have made you king. Wisdom and knowledge will be given you, but I will also give you wealth and riches and honor, such as no kings before you have had, and none after you will have." So Solomon came up from the high place at Gibeon, from before the tent of meeting, to Jerusalem, and he reigned over Israel. Solomon kept accumulating chariots and horses. He had 1,400 chariots and 1,200 horses, and he kept them stationed in the chariot cities and close by the king in Jerusalem. The king made the silver and the gold in Jerusalem as plentiful as the stones, and cedar wood as plentiful as the sycamore trees in the Shephelah. The horses of Solomon had been imported from Egypt, and the company of the king's merchants would obtain the horses in droves for one price. Each chariot imported from Egypt cost 600 silver pieces, and a horse cost 150. In turn, they would export them to all the kings of the Hittites and the kings of Syria. Okay, 2 Chronicles 2. Solomon now gave the order to build a house for Jehovah's name and a house for his kingdom. Solomon enlisted 70,000 men as common laborers, 80,000 men as stonecutters in the mountains, and 3,600 as overseers over them. Further, Solomon sent word to Hithram, the king of Tyre, "Do for me as you did for David, my father, when you sent him cedar wood to build a house to live in. Now I am building a house for the name of Jehovah my God, to sanctify it to him, to burn perfumed incense before him, and also for the constant layers of bread and the burnt offerings morning and evening, on the Sabbaths, on the new moons, and at the festival seasons of Jehovah our God. This is a lasting obligation for Israel. The house that I am building will be great, for our God is greater than all the other gods, and who is up to the task of building him a house? For the heavens and the heaven of the heavens cannot contain him. So who am I that I should build him a house, except as a place for making sacrifices smoke before him? Now send me a craftsman who is skilled in working in gold, silver, copper, iron, purple wool, crimson, and blue thread, and who knows how to cut engravings. He will work in Judah and in Jerusalem with my skilled craftsmen from David my father has provided. Of whom David my father has provided. And send me timbers of cedar, juniper, and algum from Lebanon, for I well know that your servants are experienced at cutting down trees of Lebanon. My servants will work along with your servants to prepare for me a great quantity of timber, for the house that I am to build will be extraordinarily great. Now look, I will supply the food for your servants, the woodcutters who cut down the trees, 20 cores of wheat, 20,000 cores of wheat, 20,000 cores of barley, 20,000 baths of wine, and 20,000 baths of oil." At that, Hiram the king of Tyre sent this written message to Solomon: "Because Jehovah loves his people, he has made you their king." Hiram then said, "May Jehovah the God of Israel be praised, who made the heavens and the earth, because he has given to King David a wise son, endowed with discretion and understanding, who will build a house for Jehovah and a house for his kingdom. Now I am sending a skilled craftsman endowed with understanding, Haramabi, who is the son of a Danite woman, but whose father was a man of Tyre. He has experience in working in gold, silver, copper, iron, stones, timbers, purple wool, blue thread, fine fabric, and crimson. He can do every sort of engraving and make any design he is given. He will work with your own skilled craftsmen and the skilled craftsmen of my lord David your father. Now let my lord send the wheat, barley, oil, and wine he has promised to his servants. And we will cut down trees from Lebanon, as many as you need, and we will bring them to you as rafts by sea to Joppa, and you will take them up to Jerusalem." Solomon then took account of all the men who were foreign residents in the land of Israel after the census taken by David his father, and there were found 153,600. So he assigned 70,000 of them as common laborers, 80,000 as stonecutters in the mountains, and 3,600 as overseers for putting the people to work. Okay, and that's it for AV41.